Italy is preparing to shut down the region of Lombardy to contain the spread of coronavirus. The number of people who've died from coronavirus in Italy has jumped by 36 since yesterday. The figure now stands at 233. The number of cases has also risen dramatically by over 1,000 to 5,883. A draft decree outlines measures to stop people from entering or leaving the area, which includes the financial capital, Milan. Well, our correspondent, Enda Brady, joins me now. What more detail do we have about this lockdown in Italy?
Well, these are very tough measures being put in place tonight by the Italian government to try and stop the further spread of the coronavirus. Italy remains Europe's worst hit country, 233 fatalities over the past few weeks, and day on day those numbers are growing. So if we look at the measures, basically the entire region of Lombardy will be locked down until at least the 3rd of April. Nobody will be allowed out and nobody will be allowed in. And they're saying that there will be fines for people caught entering or leaving. It's very, very serious. The decree provides for banning all public events. They're going to close cinemas, theatres, gyms, discos and pubs. Religious ceremonies such as funerals and weddings will also be banned. Now, this is in the north of the country. There are 20 regions in Italy, and the epicentre of the outbreak, really, Lombardy, has been it. Neighbouring regions, if you look, you've got Emilia-Romagna and Veneto as well, but there are 11 other affected areas that will also be subject to this decree. But the region of Lombardy is effectively in lockdown as of tonight until the 3rd of April. A very serious move, some would say draconian, but the Italian government have to get on top of this because day on day it has got worse for Italy and the virus has continued to spread. If you look at the figures, 85% of the cases in the whole of Italy are in those three regions, Lombardy, Emilia-Romagna and the Veneto, and they account for 92% of recorded deaths. So it is Lombardy they're focusing on, and tonight, once this decree is signed off by the Prime Minister Conte, that will be it. Lombardy will be shut down. Of course, Milan is in the heart of Lombardy.
I was going to say, the financial capital Milan, thriving metropolis, that to be shut down is going to have far-reaching consequences.
It's a massive decision, but the Italian government tonight is signing off this draft legislation. The impact on their businesses, on flights coming in and out, if you look at tourism as well, the projected loss already to tourism for the months that have been affected so far and for the months to come in the region of £6.4 billion. So it is a huge, huge decision. But the Italian government are moving fast now tonight. Tough new measures coming in as a result of this decree. And we're hearing as well that healthcare workers in the region of Lombardy will not be allowed to take any leave. So they're basically going to work flat out to try and stop the spread of the virus before it gets any worse.
One of Italy's most renowned politicians, Nicola Zingaretti, who is the head of the country's Democratic Party, has just gone on Facebook to announce that he has tested positive for the coronavirus. Now, he's in his mid-50s. He says he's not particularly sick, but the news is worrisome for Italians in a country that's trying to contain the spread and that has the highest number of deaths per day of the virus throughout the world. The population that is most affected are elderly people, and this is a country of elderly people. The average age of death of the coronavirus here is 81. Two-thirds of those people who are dying are men, so it's the older male population that's especially at risk. Now, Italy has taken provisions. It's closed schools nationwide, universities as well, cinemas, theater. Even the Vatican, where one person has tested positive in their hospitals, has made a rather dramatic move to reduce the gathering of people. The Vatican has announced that tomorrow Pope Francis will not be giving his Angelus from the balcony overlooking St. Peter's Square. That's his weekly Sunday address, but rather will be televising it from inside the Vatican and putting screens around St. Peter's for those who want to be a little bit closer. The country is worried. The spread has continued and the death rate has risen. Yesterday alone, almost 50 people died from the coronavirus, and the numbers of infected have risen to above 4,600.